Hey guys, here's a quick video. This is they're gonna be the glazing for the stormtrooper Lego that I did this past week. So what I did was I just took some raw umber and some ultramarine blue to make a black, but it's a little bit more on the raw umber side. And what I want to do is I need to make the background a little bit darker so this guy pops out a little bit more. So we're going to start with that. And remember, and I'm using liquid to thin out my glaze. And then whatever we don't want, whatever we decide is too thin, too thick or too much, we can just wipe off. So don't think that you'll have to, oh, it's too heavy, it's too thick, it's too dark. Well, just wipe it off if you don't like it. And then right in here was that lost edge, so I want to make sure that that ends up staying the same color value. And I don't want to go over those lights, but if I do, I mean that's fine because I can just wipe them off to reveal them. Remember, you don't want to start glazing your painting until it is dry. Now, I used a base coat of liquid the other day when I did this. So I'm pretty satisfied that we're in good shape as far as it being touch dry. Obviously, the paint isn't totally cured. It will take a good 6 to 12 months for that to happen. But it's touch dry, meaning you can just touch it with your finger and no paint comes off. So I'll get this on here, and then if we need to smooth out some brush strokes and blend it, we'll do that. And you can put as many coats, as many different glazes on here as you want to. You want to change the color hue, you can do that. You want to cool the color temperature, you can do that. You can add more blues, all this kind of stuff. And every layer that you add adds to a layer of depth. I think it's just really, really cool. Just using a bigger brush right at the moment to help get some of this stuff on there. And if you're not happy and you want to go darker, add a little bit more paint to your glaze and you just put it on again. It's all about the opacity of your paint at this point. It's good to use a transparent paint. That's why I chose the raw umber and the ultramarine blue, both are very transparent paints. The more opaque the paint, the more you have to dilute it in order to get a nice glaze. But you can use opaque paints. That's not an issue. It just takes a little bit more dilution. You have to thin it out a little bit more in order to make it work the way that would be optimal. Darken up some of these lights that are out here, just a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go to a little bit smaller brush and I want to hit some of the shadows. In here. I just felt that it wasn't quite pushed enough. Darkening them up just a little bit. That's the beauty of glazes. take my 2-inch brush right here, and I want to try and get rid of some of those brush strokes that I just put in with the wet paint. Smooth them out. Unless of course you want the brush strokes in. I don't want them. I just want the color tints, so I'm just getting rid of some of them. Some of them, this area right here, I'm just trying to blend that out a little bit more. This area right here. Just a little bit darker. So you just go in to your paint without as much medium. Just make it a little bit more opaque. And you just soften that transition as it comes on, unless you want it darker more up here, which is fine, you can. Whatever looks good to you, whatever helps to tell you the story that you want to tell. Then you can soften up those brush strokes. Just to help kind of cool off that area. Or you can even wait until this dries and do it then. Ultramarine blue is a little bit more of a red bias, so it kind of lends itself to this warm painting. Place where you want to maybe tone down a little bit of shadow, some of the shadow maybe, or the highlight maybe in shadow a little bit. And just keep away, just rub away. I'm just rubbing gently. And you stain the canvas underneath it, so you want to take some of it off. But maybe not all of it, which is fine. And see, you have some on your towel, so you're able to spread that around into other areas. You darken some other areas. Take your towel, and you can use it to help blend. If you prefer not to use your brush, you can just blend out something like that. I'll get the brush strokes out. See the lights coming in from this side, so we'll leave the highlights over here, but we'll darken this edge over here. And that's it. Pretty simple. Nice little glazing technique, and I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.